and understood the thoughts דבשך בעת שבם, בלנים אחרי פורמצה בבלת ססימית שלהם. Obvious, for the blet machredisech ishvasem a place simit like pika ben rabasam. Normally is blet forvasech li inshvas matlivi. And blet forvasech li kibishva tsikala chalati et tavashe shveret la plave koroche a blet foroche chabablech macholoche lem blet ispot la kimi rabat pache a blet fachalalat eba aksheleke. La plève חובך מחלת פלובס פסימה פלève פורוש החמלים. La plève forma sechli vichala forotse va plève sosma plève formase. And el chayla Mashiachcha aetze plasi rishecha tzichai. What there? Kadosh. Ad levis forma sechal chima plève forot chalevi socham. Said, let's come, I have news for you. I want we to take a moment because if I want to do this with you. And taking everyone, including Judas. Didn't say no, and he knew. So Judas, so opportunism. But Judas were with Blabechobas Bacharigitosigas. So, blebef morgeves fechalachim itlachal levashvat livis formasachal divisasim. And in the middle of the reality, he embraced them. But the problem were flef formasachal cheligim selim. In plebas poplevis formasachal divisosar. He didn't have to do it. And he didn't use no blebef formasachal. And said, here I come, and once I'll come to Avinu. I want you to remember this and continue for you to do every day until the day you shall see me, Okem. And remember what I just gave you for you to do. There is nothing about Laki Feroz Machadu Plavis Vachamusafida Strat Shtatika, not Robat. That shall mosim, but the reality of what Avinu delivered to me into this days for your embrace. The will of His shall be above, and without His will nothing is endorsed. Without His will and the will of His not added, nothing is taken, nothing is about His name, not mine. And the reality of us is exactly the reality of He made us be. Because of the reason of He, where justice and love with. At the love for the but without justice, we don't get the process for destroying who we exist. And we come for justice, and we love with justice. So as law were put it for, as I don't make abolition, but the law knew is love one and another as Avinu loved us. But the reason of love is not for the lie, at the eloquent element of manipulate, which reality will show as the testimony of Ruach Elohim, with the Karchanim and shall be the one that will show who you are. And what is the will of Avinu? Without it, nothing is taken for the heaven kingdom. And he shared the pact. And he said, in other words, Fleves vachmach likivis sosher, leritech machal kivis osimablet vasvaren. Relachim, matsalta vatseshkova anachim, limasim, like the ancient, Berchamam and Farmidan, Slekivatsi, Stecham, Kimarim. Bendliges fosse machlachim, ruach, smatlenem, shela, in blevesach masima. Bloves modlevis machradis fachalim, leftes modlevis forves echad vesosimatam, spasesera. Mablevis mosevim, ruach, ahoy. In bleves mosevim bev am blevesim. Lechti kamara befochu bleves hashelen. In bleves machdi. Gelvach mos charivisim. There will be times that you shall not have not even a moment for. Even though remember this in the name of mine. And do this that I'm going to tell you. Blek ivar vesech motlivis matzechni va blevesosim. Will come the platform secha libi va blevesos livis matachmanim. En bleves morrevi fachalvis sua blevesos legi merchaves asher. En bleves sochmad levim. So bleves pachma. Sel livis va chavesem. Steshelem. And of the fact of this reality, still were the ones in Bleves Motzachalikim, in Bleves Fochmasim studying it, and saying they would be the power. And Barabba and Pilato were at the stage for the Plachmisachim. And so suddenly, naturally, Pesaj is the whole. Naturally, Blevech Motzachalichivitz Lechelech Machanim. Pesaj. Je make the blech mi greve forwas fachmat livisoseb livisoseb. In bleves mochre fachmat sikhat livo forwas echlet misim. And you invite as the whole blech mi greve forwas es masivimim Yom Kippur. With blevech mosechal livisim. Retlech machal visosvedim ma blevech ma blevisoseb. In blech mi greve format sivat blev. Yishlakim mir masivim. Quel pourquoi Pesach Masachanam, Hashbeh Hashem, Hashbeh Eloi, qu'est-ce que c'est Eloi? Spoplet Margaret Fachua Samal, and let Revi Vachale Sachu at Levesosim Yom Kippur, Sesbat Levet Sefet Seleveshev. Lem Leve Forma Sechal Lefaim Marevesoshivim Lita, Terofechol Terovesosim. Am bleves formos echad bisbatlekim. Im bleves potlekim chave fochot bachma hasse bleves osimive. Sebleves adleki retechat vashufach machalimi. In bleves podleki vachavasut shelaves matlevim. Lebleves fobleves patlech micha bleves sud leves soshelki machavefo ableves sosebita slet shelachal alachimat lechwarki machavefo ableves sofini. Albleves podlekim bachavefat let shelach ad messin ableves sofi machavefo sponsime. Boatleva foruce ad besmasel. Laik lekim barave fochol achmad lechim bableva sosi. Ambleva format sechal bisot shelak amchave smocha imasvel. Imbleva sportica rave foru shelak smatim. Gelbet chanikam rave fechom resos valmet. In la sechbach lekim. Aseblevi foros sechad shel blaki machavefechu ablesos ablevis amshel tika reves musam. Lailekni machavefechu ablevis sochmat leifarat chalivi foros sechalivi sosel. Lemblevi format sechad kivi ravefechu shel basmasam. Embletich machal kevot ad shel basmati. Leki lakika chad chalivi tot shel asmetachan. In bleves fodleki vachu shvad masem. In letika gaat chalivi fod bleves soshektika ravis masem ablavitika. In seshleki machat efod efas fodlevis mod. Laik lakia ade roche neats mableki roche paret roche chalki mirarefuhu ableves soseblevis mad. Inklet de rovachad vis sosebleki vichus shevas matlevis oblevis inkasbi. Gable forma sechal kivi rovachat sheba rot shiva danfesi rot shemasmi gamos motim chovana. Bebleves mochavi fantleves otledischkelak redchalak matlachiminim givofechot chali pesach. In bleves motlakim biableves fochobes sechal kimi soshel sebleves fochobes chi fochobes fak ivirish mensparti. Mishkoblatim mach abatche da emoblin, suatlin. Rosh ashana bleves program, esablevsi chitsavim, kalvach ots nametsmad. Galvor ravefech mocha vesotshvi ma blevesovach refonasin. Galvofech motlakim ma ravefechu a blevesoshet divach masecha ma blenivim, in sa adlets. Naroma Pesach. Se elshel ad echmoti, se forotche ad et shana taemoch, di imid a etsul, sheva blek. Ibarmos vasiman. Bablet firma sechalchim, bablet sofer letzesh. En blevis parat echvach matzinine. Im blevis potlekim. Anyway, that's it. Son blevet forma sechal chalagi viso roshech ma blevisos pa. In klaki reves forma. En plaats se boroch. En plaats se vech mi krelefo me blevasi blevisoshek. Lemblika ma revefechu ma blevisocha blevisot pleki ma revefechu blevisos blevisot tivan. Kelbach ma pleki ma revefechu ma tivan. Leblive forot shechal chalakim revisach ma enza chalakim. And he said, with only one cope, it were called kadis, but were the simplicity of the pinribi she abespatsim of atzon, wherein house were found, for the one to share, one to give, one to do. Pesach ad Pesach Nisim Holocaust, one to provide to the people. In bleve formos echal kisasim, blessir Rabbi ba'at sachaita in savish vasvere vasvasi kadosh. Ben bleve machale formos echim, one only cope. In bleve fechosam, and saying, in let's see refach bod sebol luce covenant ben my path. Lentika marevefechua tsalim, my covenant and plevefori kadosh. Litleti marevesiba et sasi. Chalechi ida et sonar. Chalechaman and the sechai. Bleves mochleki marevesechin. Medlevi forvesechalchimitan. In bleves foros chelivivot bleves onseleshev. Chalcheliki. Ambreve en socialitica be amsiki viti ba etsef chelida sechaida an sivishe evesesheref ma empsin. Le bleve forma sechalvi bleve forot sechalki mi reve forot sevishva. Leit lekima reve sechim at sevo bleve sosim. Gilbat lekima reve susher. Forgiveness, justice, where the testimony shall reign. And Ruach Elohim, Ruach HaKodesh, shall do the job to be. So bleve formaci chai chalachi et sema bleve ser, chanad lera. Ayati Hashem, Hashbe Amai, Hashbe Hashem, Hashbe. Dechli Ruach, Se ot se shechrach marimati. Bleve formaci chalivi voseve sasi. Hashem, Shalom. Werd formas achili kadosh, in su blevet forons vachmatim. Se blevet formas achalkim yirevisu vachavesasim. Ruach Elohim, Ruach HaKodesh, makes the testimony and the profane dies. So blevet formas achal bitvafech bad legim yirevisu forvat shvasina. Le blevet chmatach biba blevet sosem blevet machan. Le bleve forma sechit shvasim ranafim. Le bleve forma sechat bivsavesh. Le bleve forma sechat kivi vavavesusha bleve sosimi. And there were Pilato. And Pilato were telling, don't you see, I have authority to put you dead or to save you. And also, the reality were, once the bleve forma sechal kivi reveshochua bleve soselab, and bleve formatim. And there were, lepika marevechua bleve sosel bleve sochimabe. Everything were a bag with a lad inside, not specially or specifically cats. But everyone were around between the inducted, the opportunistic, and the ones that were asking what to do another strange man. And the fulfilling were understanding Yeshua, Mashiach Elachachai were fighting over there. And the fulfilling were disorientated with not knowing where to or where. But the fulfilling, I come and I have the authority. It cannot be me, which were not exactly Jewish. So suddenly, Rome permanently were putting the right elemental for trying to putting orders. Reducing, destroying, capturing, murdering, putting apart and trying to hiding and controlling everything to not be outrage to El Kaiser, and to anything to be the orders at Yerushalayim. And the reality were the blefif forma sechal kivi fogos sechal kivi sosim, and the realities were failing and trying to take positions. So we're permanently the blefimi revefechua blevesochesh fasinim and persecution and studying. And they would have the authority over power. So suddenly in the middle of this all happens what happens and comes in front of the conciliation for Israel. And the conciliation determines the plefich masechal kivisosimile, which were the plefeformasim and the fulfilling, trying to understand something and making what as fulfilling to try to possess the condition itself for the making what will preserve at the fulfill what never fulfill nothing. And the fulfill were saying this person is innocent and never have done a thing, and you are causing a crime against the population because of which sin, things that are of El Chai. And El Chai are giving testimony, the whole of the Plefi Fochmasechal Kivi from him. And El Chai determinated and shown and said, Il Kaiser associated to fulfill, not understanding and fulfill opportunistic. I have the power. I am the government. I am the one that says who is El Chai. And we're not exactly Jewish. And it's not coveraging. So suddenly we found the plefi which now evangelistas abominados with each Sodom and Gomorrah are referring me for what I've done, saying that they didn't allow me. And we found this. And they are going to die and are really out there in hell forever. So in the middle of this comes the reality this. Eladon never gave no powers to discuss of abominables, and no other. No previously, no at the beginning, no after, no through. Not then, not now, not in the future. Ever. And the reality is that they think they have rights to taking and making whatever they want. With El Chai, and who are of El Chai. And saying that they domains and of them nothing to be found of God, because of they are exactly the breed of the right first ever prime destruction, fell and genocide, and are the same kastati karmisim and the seed of the hell, and the way they live, and that's for. So in the middle of this soul, everything to be the dominion given for, we do exist, are going to try to erase and destroy and disfigurate and murder like. Comes Yeshua Elach Chai, Melech Hachai, Da'et Sitlet Zibach Retzeshelek, Riba Shechachti Tzimim Cha Atzet Bi Chai Melechim. Melech Ha Malachim, King of the whole of the armies of El Chai Kadosh, King of glory of El Chai, Eladon, Malkai, Malkeinu, Eloi. And started to make the pleve formasika pleve formasechal kivi rafefacha ampleve sopleve fachmasim. And this class degenerates, like Evangelics United, were delivering that he were robbing things of the kingdom of heaven, and he didn't have no right, that they will determine it and judge what were happening. And FUFILL were Kaifa and Darats, understanding that there was something that they wouldn't allow because of they needed preservate of the pains that through Yeshua were caused. And they didn't endorse because of he were not allowed because of were against the institutions and the orders, and the people were exalted all over and outrageous and made disasters all over. And needed to establish orders, but were high alone. And these abominables like evangelistas of Guillermo Premios, Waldo Carnival, Carlos Anacondio, Marc Cabrera, in the name of Bradano, Arcetor, Il Carasio, Rovernut, and Poncio Pilato were exactly the order for the Plefifach Masechal Gevisim. We got to be, don't you see, why don't you speak to me? Why don't you say something? Come on, don't speak, don't you see, I am the authority, the one that commands here. I can make you be saved, or get you killed. Don't you see that I am the one put it in the eminence, and I am the one that has the power and command for? And where Lachachai?
And when Elishel understood what he were doing, like this bastards of hell, there will determinate he and there. What will be Elishel? Who will be Elishel? And watched him and saying enough. To truth I shall let you know, no authority is found on you except that which is delegated by Elishel, if any, for you to do what it's commanded you to do. To truth I shall tell you, I am not element for you to make your business and nothing on the affairs of your power and commandment. And the truth I shall tell you, the condemnation that you carry in front of me at this moment for what you dare to do and say, prophetic, is heavier than all this bolsa de gatos, which were not cats, that are calling for educated. For the reality that I shall tell you, nothing is off of the will of the one that brought me into here. And you shall know this, while I come upon you and make to you what I'm going to do. It is right in Antichim Bleves Poplechamatim. And he trembled and called to Ariano and saying, bring me Bar-Rabba. Where a rapist, where a corrupted, where a yield, where a destroyed, where an yield. Sorry for this. Okay. Sleki Marrefechul Chamatzin, a yield. Bapleki Marresuhu Aplesefef. And suddenly the reality delivered into the plef of Moshe Chalgivisosim, eminential plefes mantica. And started to make the plef for Moshe Chalgivisosim like evangelistas argentinos y sus asociados. And so plef for Moshe Chalkim, destroying the ones that were saying no and murdering them. And where exactly the plef for Moshe Chalvikar Revefecho plefesos plavita. Like the Kamarrefechol bleves softlecham. In bleves potlike Marrefechol bleves sosti plafespa. They, says they commands, and of them nothing is. So Levi bar Nefechal Chima bleve fohovet lachlisam. And brought Bar-Rabba and started to make the tenement. Because of felt frightened, or frightened, sorry, okay. And frightened were the plebe for Masechel Kivu for Tzibas Balachim, and frightened the understanding. Saplebe for Masechel Kivu for Hot Shelach, Machal Kivu Plevesasim, Lepliva for Masechel Kim. Leplivi Barafechit Fiba Plevesuba Plecabech Boban Vesmatzemat, Latzeshelach. Subsiding naturally. Well, I have this dilemma, I have this problem here and I gotta solve it. Tell me you all that demanded this person to be dead. If I put you this one here and I put you this other that you know that have been raping and murdering people all around and making abominations and disasters, who do you want? And the cat's pack with no cats were saying Saluvle to Il Kaiser. Seblevi for me, the pack's cat were feral evangelics united the most, instigating and instituting the abominations with no capacity for instituting and nothing, but handling power of profanation and making abominations for power and possessing what were not Kevin, Jerusalem, and what it were of El Chai, pretending to destroy Yeshua for the taking positions and saying they would say, like the Christian church came from, which is the root. Now, Fablen Kamarave Fechua Bleves Sotletzin, Reblafe Fochvesechalikim Raves Fochrishalak, Dech Machalam. And what happened in the Bleve Fochvesechalikim Ishpatlekika, Radasim. So suddenly Bleve Fochmonte Gammer Fochulaf Ishpatlevi Fochut Shelatzika Rahmasim. And he were making this, and suddenly said that most of the people, while others were fighting and saying, don't you dare to say that, because of that is condemnation to you, because of their moved Ruach Elohim, and fighting between them in the bag of cats, with no cats, and the feral, Istele Saluble, and FUFILL, I have to preserve the orders, and gotta happen the orders of respect. Saluble. And in the reality, Poncio watches and sees him, and watches Yeshua tortured, punished, destroyed. And watches Barrabá, and watches the people, and starts to cry and saying, what am I doing? But never let go what he said, I command, which is exactly will and conscience, condemnated. So in the middle of this reality, proceeding and making the normal bag holding. And reality where Yeshua were delivered for, come to tell you again, seeking for he to help me, save me. Please, I recognize you. In front of the whole of the outrage and violence and destruction, I give you. Who do you rather? To release this men that have not done nothing, eloquently manipulative? Ad libi repatspets dat serushte, or Barrabá? Shatsi Barrabá blerishke bablehim wirrada. And the confused which one ran, and helping that not be in the bag. Shut up! Get out of here! And leaving. And Bleve Formasim, opportunistic, confused, and watching, what should I do? Do I have to do something? What am I doing here? What is going on? And others, what's the going? Am I going to get... And I love... El Kaiser, Pilato. And the feral, United Evangelicals, Kirchners, and the Sodom and Gomorrah, Seluble Shetzi Barrabá. And Bleve Forma Sechal Kivi for Hoch Sheba Bleve Forma Hardisim. And Bleve Forma Zechrach Ma Bleve Sosine. In Bleve Forma Vesish Lakimatin in Isaac Livesim. And it's what happens at this day, at this moment, at this season, in Argentina, UNASUR, and in the world. But the thing is, the fulfilled has home, and is a high, almighty Kadosh Shah. And we gotta be wise, because of the wise Tikar Resim. And wisdom is exactly preservation, which is there, Tikar Masim, and learns for the making the contrary. Farewell. So suddenly in the middle of this all comes the Bleve Forma Sechali Vivre Focho Chva Sechali Mesasim. And we're permanently on the same legacy of the abominations. And trying to destroy which is instaurated by El Chai for the commitment of his will. The real. And it's what happens. So how about a Bleve Forma Sechali Vivre Focho Chva Chama Bleve Focho Ba Bleve Sasim in Bleve Focho Sechnagam. And Bleve Sartika Chatchal Chama Bleve Sosi Shaftela Kalchmi. And we should ever know. We need to say judgment, and we don't need bags, and we don't put cats, and no one, no person in, and we should understand to identify what happens to the realities of this days between us, and what do we do with. We have the real God himself, and we understand we can do something, and it's
testimonies. No illusion, not delusional, not mythic, not religious. Yes, genuinely. Bless you, Israel. Bless you, Judah, Sion. Bless you, daughter of Sion. Daughter, sorry. The real one. Mishpach. And I really want the best. Further, what this still does and does too. This is Tuesday, not the best day, 17th May 2016, and this is about midnight, so like this tells Abominable starts too. I own you, the worship. We do it in any other moment. This is insufferable Buenos Aires. And I'm sorry for this, and bless you so much to the ones of the will of the Chai, at the testimony of His Spirit. Ruach Elohim, Ruach HaKodesh, in His name. HTTPS www.ddc tbn Pesaj Mansevo Plebefachet Barchachut Liplebefformasech Alivi Barchavafo Plebesosa Plebisashech Alakmacham Liplebesfotiki Machavefochutche Fesmatichamini Seshvasel Ochovechal Vasesel Gilbitach Macham Middle Tichpo Plebifochov Zechel Bisoshit Blabesmutika Ravafuche Lachmachal Vitama Plebesot Roshech Alachmachal Gavasam Middle 6 Middle in Robets Machin 5.20 F9 systems recalled all of the last tools. And I am Alejandro Maria Blanco Redemi, Elishel Blanco Redemi, Alexa Blanc, Alenko Blasco, all the names of the states has given to me, and home, which near of love and near of ever loving, and really far from distance, at the coldest of the death, we don't need any bags, and either cats to join. Feel the conscience, be on the day.